JoJo has fun. Alrighty. Welcome back to the quiet year, everybody. It's still me and Kim having fun. Kim has fun.
I'm having fun.
I'm obsessed with this game.
Yeah, I know. You talk about it all the time.
Of it. Yeah, I know. What I love, though, is we have yet to do anything like supernatural.
No, we've tiptoed around the supernatural. There's this...
Like what?
Well, like there's a bad omen with the red sky, and then we have that that doorway that...
So this is what was interesting, right? The doorway, right? Look, there's a legend that this doorway, people get took, right? But we had a discussion of like, what should we do about the kids who went to the doorway? And then you said, your person was like, well, maybe we should kick them out.
Right.
So there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for what happened to Pride's sister. Mm-hmm. So we like, there's some stuff that hints at the supernatural, but all of this can be explained.
Yeah, but that's the thing about like a lot of supernatural stuff is like, is it really supernatural, or can it be, is there an explanation?
Is it? It's not. Or is it?
Honestly, I don't know. We're going to have to play.
Yeah, this is The Quiet Year by Avery Alder. Wonderful map-making game available at Buried Without Ceremony. We are playing it together. I am on Streamer Vision. Hi. And so let us...
I'm just over here looking at Cameo. No. No, I'm putting my phone down right now. Putting it down.
Kim, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here's your turn. Ace of Summer. A contingent within the community demand to be heard. Who are they? What are they asking for? Or a contingent in the community have acted on their frustrations. What have they damaged? Why did they damage it? Is it permanent? That second one is very, very good.
Yeah, obviously I'm going to do the second one. I'm not going to do the meek little, hey, we're upset. Obviously, I'm going to say people living in the lower bathrooms of the dome. So they take the toilet seats off of the toilets and go up to the upper deck where the rich people are living, and they just beat the shit out of them.
Whoa!
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, you know what? No, we're done. Because the people up, they're like, what are you going to do about it? And they, they've been breathing in that toilet water.
So do they beat the shit out of them, or do they damage their homes with toilet seats?
Oh, it's a wreck. It's both the people and anyone who tried to like stand up to them just got beaten, and they just completely wrecked their houses, and they broke dishes, and
wow.
Yeah, it was.
I was so sure that you were going to attack the book barn.
No, not yet. Okay. I had forgotten that there were people that didn't like the book barn.
Yes, but it did not open to great fanfare.
You have the people who are on the lower that they're done. They're done with being taken advantage of, and not.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. Okay, so they damaged shelter. Shelter was already scarce.
Yeah.
Is it permanent?
It's not permanent, but there are probably going to be repercussions from this incident.
Yeah, probably. I'm going to set the clocks down. Do you want to draw something to indicate that?
I'm going to draw, hold on. I'm going to draw red-ish.
Just draw a toilet seat.
The top of the dome, yeah. It's the
red toilet at morning, sailor's warning.
Sailor's warning, yeah. It's the red, it was called the night of the red toilet is how they... the night of the red toilet seat is how they refer to this incident. It was so it just destroyed the community. I mean, they couldn't believe that this has happened, because like they knew that these people were unhappy, but they didn't know that they
how
were
unhappy.
Well, yeah, they didn't know that they were going to go to this extent. Yeah. Okay.
Our project is finished. Smart Lisa has finished making swords.
Yay!
How does this work itself out? What's the outcome? We have swords now. I guess we could put down that we now have an abundance of weapons.
Swords, and anyway, yeah.
Yeah. What happens?
Well, now we can feel like we can defend ourselves, but now Smart Lisa has to make a choice, because like does she really want to be giving people weapons when there's so much tension between the book barn and the illiterate and the upper class and the lower class?
Right.
She's worried that the weapons that she made to defend the town are actually going to be used to fight each other, and she doesn't want that. So right now she's keeping them to herself.
But she does have them.
Oh yeah, she has tons, and I'll draw them.
Cool. And then also now it's still your turn. You can discover something new, hold a discussion, or start a project. Those are great swords.
Thanks.
They're wonderful.
Well, you know, Lisa's got a lot of skills.
I can double click stuff and zoom into it, which is pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that also. Okay, so I think I would like, let me think here. So we have scarcities.
Yes. Our current scarcities are electronics, the thresher, shelter, and peace.
Okay. I think that morale is low. And we need to have project to boost morale. Well, I think a spring fling, a summer fling. I think they're gonna hold a party at the fairgrounds, which are right next to the barn.
So is this discovering something or is this a project? Because if it's a project, it can't be.
You can't be in an undiscovered area. Okay,
No,
all
it
right.
has to be something
I'm
on the map.
discovering a fairgrounds. There.
Those are some pretty fair grounds. Right
Yeah.
there.
Well, I mean, have you ever been to a fairgrounds? It's usually just a circle where a bunch of friggin' horses run around. There you go.
You know what, Kim? You got me. There's probably a racetrack in this town. Was there a store called Book Barn?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Hold on. I think it was usually in like malls and airports.
Right. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, book barn.
Then I will draw my next card then. Why not? 4 of Summer. Eldest among you dies. What caused the death? Or eldest among you is very sick. Caring for them and searching for a cure requires the help of the entire community. Do not reduce project dice this week. What was the name of that old man who needed air?
His name was like Jeremiah Wigglesworth or something, or
Yeah,
Jiggleby.
Jeremiah. Jeremiah's dead. And he did not die of old age. Our friends killed him. The coal miners. They have been waiting for over a month. We still have not given it, and so as a warning, they killed him. They beat him to death with sticks.
Wow. They killed the weakest, oldest member of our community.
To show that they are very serious.
Yeah, well, I guess that takes that away.
And this is dead Jeremiah.
Oh.
We'll put X's on his eyes. And I will tick down the project clock, and I'm going to discover something new.
Okay.
I'm going to discover south of the freeway, south of the exit, I should say.
Yeah.
There is a small hill, a mound, yes. But what's unique about this mound, like if you're walking over it, you don't really notice it. But this mound has a large set of doors in it, like this.
Oh.
Like a bunker or a hangar or something. And when you get to the end of the mound, it looks like a cliff. It's like a sheer drop, but you look down and there's these doors. No one knew that it was there. But
because the doors are facing away from the community, so you would see it and you'd never even think.
That's right. But there's this mound that we've noticed is there. We don't know what it is, but it is indicating something. And that is the conclusion of my turn. Kim.
All right, I'm ready.
Jack of Summer. Predators and bad omens are afoot. You go careless and someone goes missing under ominous circumstances. Who? Or predators and bad omens are afoot. What measures do you take to keep everyone safe and under surveillance? Do not reduce project dice this week.
Oh. I don't remember. What was the project we're doing at the Dome?
Growing a tree.
Oh, cool.
Growing something.
Bad omens and predators are afoot. And to keep everyone safe, there is a strict curfew. And Lisa has determined that the 5 oldest members of the community should be equipped with weapons because of what happened to Jeremiah.
Okay.
So there's a curfew, and old people now have knives.
All right. That's a good one.
Because if Jeremiah had had a knife,
he would have been able to defend himself.
Right, and that did not.
That was not lost on Lisa, who had now said, "I'm not giving out these knives," and what happened?
Exactly. So she's decided that the older members of the community who are not hotheads can be trusted with knives.
In that case, we don't reduce the project dice this week. So what happens next?
Okay, so my project is going to change a little bit.
Okay.
We need peace, and now that actual violence has broken out, we need to meet with the people from the coal mine. And so
I am going to do something that I have not had to do before.
Uh-oh.
I am going to take contempt.
I don't know what that means.
That's exactly what it sounds like. You did something I did not agree with. That's indicating that I have contempt.
You don't like my choice?
I don't have to explain it. You are going to meet with the coal mine. Is that a project?
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell me how many weeks it's going to take.
It's only going to take a week.
All right. And that will do it for Kim's turn. It is now my turn. I will draw.
I can't believe you didn't like what I did.
You see, and that's what's interesting, right? I don't have to tell you why. Ooh, a project finishes early. Which one? Why? I mean, this is kind of a gimme.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both going to be done. Let's just do both. So what happens with the coal mine resolution?
Lisa and the elders of the community go and meet with the elders of the coal mining community. Lisa stabs the eldest member of the coal mining community and kills him.
What?
Yeah.
Eye for an eye?
Yeah, that's how she rolls. She's got a very strict set of moral guidelines.
Wow. Okay, draw something on there.
Okay. Well, they met over here. Then here's Lisa. And she's fucking stabbing a guy. And he's like, "What? I did not expect this." And he's a coal miner, so he's got a little hat like this. The lamp's always on. That's not useful.
Yeah.
Oh, she's queen.
Not right now. Now all I can really see is his death.
She's got 2 knives right now, and one of them's there.
Very dead. We met by the old fairground.
Yeah, and then she fucking stabbed a guy, and she was mad.
That's good. All right, and then my tree.
I hope I'm not
project.
backing myself into a corner here.
No. My tree project concludes. What happens is the trees we plant. We had these seeds. They were sort of like this town was not agrarian. This was not an agrarian town, so they did not do much growing here. This was very much a, hey, let's go eat at the McDonald's kind of town.
Yeah.
So they were a little new to farming. So they did grow. They grew something. They started growing these. They look like fruit trees that just grew really fast. And the fruit that they bore was sort of, I guess maybe because of the fertilizer being so plentiful, like it grew really quickly so they could eat it. They're these bright, like ruby red. They almost look like strawberries, but they're hand-sized and they don't have seeds on them. They almost look like glass, like you can see through them.
Oh.
There's we grew quite a few trees, like they sprouted very quickly, but there's one central one that's like substantially taller. It's kind of a pretty prominent feature in the dome now. Like you can see from everywhere. And this is it, and these are the red fruits.
Oh, cool. So are they edible?
They're edible. Yeah, we're not farmers, but no one's seen a fruit like this before. And that's the project. And now I'm going to start a project. Yeah, let me just the abundances real quick. I don't think we should move peace out of scarcity.
Definitely not. I mean, this didn't go exactly if anything, trust should be added to scarcity.
Yeah, trust. And I'm also going to move seeds to being in scarcity because we use them. Fertilizer into scarcity because we used it. Man, we were running low on good stuff. But in abundance, we have
bats, dogs,
strange red fruit.
Oh, good.
And that's just something we have now. And now I'm going to start a project to get information out of the burned man.
Oh, okay.
And I feel that is going to take 2 weeks. He's been living with us for a while, and I think it's about time sort of explains themselves.
All right, I'm ready.
8 of summer. Someone tries to take control of the community by force. Do they succeed? Why do they do this? Or a headstrong community member decides to put one of their ideas in motion, start a foolish project.
I'm going with the second one.
I'm so glad.
Okay, so you haven't heard a lot about this person.
But you're about to.
But you're about to. Jessica. Jessica, previous to the apocalypse, had like a lot of ideas, but like never, she was like one of those people that would always start projects but not finish them. So Jessica realized that there was an abundance of both dome bats and feral dogs. And she saw that there was a gun store across the street
with no guns in it.
But there was no guns in it. And so what Jessica's decided to do is she's going to open a restaurant called The Bat and Dog and serve bat and dog and cocktails that are bat and dog themed, but also with red strange fruit in them. So she's going to open a restaurant that serves feral dogs and dome bats because she just thinks that it will take off. And she's already developed all the marketing, like way before anybody pointed out to her.
She's been working on the branding since spring.
Yeah, and nobody pointed out to her that it's a gun store. There's like no restaurant stuff, so like it's gonna be it's a huge project. But she has like the bat.
It's clear across the fucking freeway.
Yeah, the bat and dog logo is like she's like really proud of it, and like it will not waver from this.
Oh God, so Jessica.
She's going to have to collect all of the...
she's going to need a lot of things.
Yeah, she's going to have to...
How long is Jessica's restaurant?
It's going to take 3 solid weeks just to get the restaurant.
To put up a restaurant? That's not bad.
Well, it is when like there's nothing else going on.
All right.
What do you think? 4 weeks? Do you think 4 weeks is a more reasonable? I mean,
to me it feels that way.
Yeah, 4 weeks it is because it is foolish. This is very foolish. So I'm gonna.
This is an incredibly okay. It's foolish for a number of reasons. Chief among them were eating feral dogs and bats. Second of all, very far from smart Lisa and her knife stockpile. God damn it! Please draw something on here to indicate that this is now Jessica's place.
She's already had like.
She already knows. She's already got the menu. She already knows the decor.
Yeah,
she has the symbol that she's going to put on all the menus.
Yeah,
and she's going to power the grill with the solar battery.
And actually, she's already planned.
She's already got the proper permits.
Yeah, she's got a smoker that her dad had that she's putting outside. That's gonna be how she like cooks a lot of the meat, so that she doesn't have to worry about like electricity or scarcity of fuel because she can. Use feral dog bones to cook her feral dogs.
God, Jessica has been thinking about this.
Yeah, she's thought a lot about this. So yeah, feral dog, the bat and dog.
That's a good name.
Will open in 4 weeks.
Let me tick down my project to talk to the burned man. And now it is your turn, Kim. You can discover something, start a project. I don't know how you're going to top the bat and dog, or hold a discussion.
I want to hold a discussion. Question.
Mm-hmm.
Things have gotten out of control with the coal miners. What do you propose we do to diffuse the situation?
I mean, we took down their eldest, so we're even, but they ain't done left.
Why did you get all weird frontiersmen there?
This is the
New
sentiment
Jersey.
in the community.
Okay, all right.
You get to make the final statement. Was it why did you get so frontiersy?
Yes, that is my statement. Jerry, you have lived in Knott's Allentown your whole goddamn life. Where is that accent coming from?
I love this game so much.
Yeah, okay.
Let's put. You know what? I'm gonna put a dot next to the coal mine because we've discussed it. Summer is a time for production and tending to the earth. Start a project related to food production. Or, Kim, you are not going to believe this. Summer is a time for conquest and gathering of might. Start a project related to military readiness and conquest.
We are super good at this game.
So...
I mean, Jesus, do you pull another card? I feel like...
No. So, okay. Military conquest. We are sending scouts to the coal mine. It's going to take 4 weeks because we're trying to be careful and sneaky, but we are sending scouts to check out the coal mine.
Okay.
That's the project. We are going to find a way. We're going to find a way to take care of this coal mine.
All right.
Things
That's
tick
what we're
down.
going to do. All right.
The dog and bat is not quite ready to open.
It's the bat and dog.
I think the focus groups are suggesting dog and bat. There's a sentiment in the community.
Well, no, in the yellow pages, B comes before D. And if you want bat to show up when people are looking for it, then you would want B.
It's fair. You know
bat
what?
and
You're
dog.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. When we
You gotta think
still
about
use
branding.
yellow pages here in
Knott's Island.
Allentown,
Yeah,
the
well,
apocalypse.
yeah, but these are the things that Jessica thought about when she branded this restaurant.
It's a good. And I'm going to move our burned man to over here to indicate that he's been sort of talked to.
Okay.
This is him talking to some members of the community.
Okay.
Okay. So we concluded our conversation with the burned man. We were able to get him to talk.
Oh my gosh, what happened with the bird man?
Somewhat about. So we learn a couple of things about the coal mine. The first thing we learn is they don't have names. They don't have names. Like, we're calling him the burned man, and like that is also the moniker he has taken for himself. So he calls himself the burned man now. And he says before he was known as the glow walker.
Oh.
So before he was the burned man, he was called the glow walker. The other thing we know is the couple of people the coal mine has sent, their names were Long Watch and Long Stride. They're both out here. That's why they're here. We think they're scouts. And the person that Smart Lisa killed was one of their one of their elders who they look to for guidance.
Oh dear.
His name was or the glass-eyed. Because he had a glass eye.
Yeah.
So they don't have actual names in the coal mine. They have titles. And when we try to talk about like what does it mean that you were the glow walker, he can't explain. Like he actually, and I don't mean like he's incapable of telling us. He does tell us, but the things he says just don't make sense. Like he'll say like walk along red 7, walk along 5-5, and he'll say like that. He'll just talk like that for a while.
Okay.
And it kind of waxes into gibberish. But that's what we've gotten out of the burned man.
Okay.
That is a fucking cool mystery. And now I'm going to...
I am pissed that we waited 2 weeks to find out that he has just adopted the moniker that we gave him.
I know, it's fun, right? I'm going to start a project. And the project is going to be, I'm going to try to find out, we're sending some people from the community to figure out where this water is coming from because it has not stopped.
Oh.
It's going to take 2 weeks. Oh, you know what? This is going to be a little harder. It's going to take 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
We're not water engineers. That's my turn, and I'm sticking to it. Kim?
Yeah?
Here we go.
Go for it, man. I'm ready.
Summer is fleeting. Discard the top 2 cards.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And take 2 actions this week. So I'm going to get rid of this card. So Kim, we lost the card 7 of Summer. Introduce a mystery at the edge of the map, or an unattended situation becomes problematic and scary. What is it? How does it go awry?
There's so many unattended situations.
Yeah, there's a lot of unattended situations. And then the other card we lose is 8 of Autumn. Someone sabotages a project, the project fails, or someone is caught trying to sabotage the product. How does the community respond? So those 2 are gone. It is now fall. So you can take 2 actions.
Okay.
You can discover 2 things, you can hold 2 discussions, or you can start 2 projects, or any combination.
Any combination. Okay. Yeah. I think that
Autumn is going to get bad.
Oh, dear. Let me look at our abundances, our scarcity.
Strange red fruit, electricity, dome bats, feral dogs, medical oxygen, books, useful weapons, scarcity, electronics, thresher,
Shelter.
peace, seeds, trust, fertilizer.
Gosh, what could we do? I'm going to start a project.
Okay, what's the project?
Investigate the mound.
All right, how long do you think that'll take?
2 weeks. I mean, we're just going down there. We're going to open the doors and...
Okay.
Okay, so that's one. And then the second project is we need to build some kind of shelter.
Okay. What are you going to... What's that project going to interact with?
It's going to be close to the fairgrounds, but it's going to take 6 weeks.
Okay.
And it's going to just be like a large, like lean-to sort of project where...
Let's just have 6 weeks next to the fairground. That actually makes the most sense to me. I think it would be fair to tick down our projects 1 week, but that's it.
We don't get two weeks for...
The card doesn't say that we can do that, but it makes sense that a week passed, we started 2 projects in this week because we're like, fuck, we're running out of daylight. And now we are in autumn. This is a...
Okay, go. You want to do one more. Do one more. I want to see what... Give us a little taste of autumn.
2 of autumn. Someone returns to the community. Who? Where were they? Or you find a body. Do people recognize who it is? What happened?
Oh, shit. Sorry, I finished that book that I was reading.
Yeah.
And it got so exciting at the end that like Mike and I were sitting in bed next to each other and I was reading and I actually went,
Nice.
Like, that's how I felt when you said somebody returned or there's a dead body. Okay, what are we doing?
So someone does return to the community and it is Pride. He comes back and he is victorious. He found his sister. He found his sister who I have decided her name is Joy.
Well, I thought we were just calling her charismatic.
She was a charismatic girl. Her name was Joy.
Joy, the charismatic girl.
Yeah, so they're Pride and Joy. And when she comes back, her head is completely bandaged and it looks like an explosion went off near her head and she can only see out of one of her eyes. And the first thing that Pride does when he comes back in town is he walks to, like, he knows where everything is still somehow because he saw the project. He saw the writing on the wall.
Well, but also like all this stuff was here already.
Yeah. He goes to a member of the community, so like an older guy, and he just stabs him in the chest.
Oh.
And he does not say, and as soon as he stabs him with one of Smart Lisa's knives, he leaves it in him, and then he just is caught. He doesn't try to run away. He just walks up and stabs this guy.
Yeah, just revenge stab.
Yeah.
With no care.
And does not say a word about it, is sitting in complete silence. But Pride is back and Joy is back.
Yeah. Well, that guy knows what he did, you know?
He does.
And that's all that Pride cares about.
I'm going to tick down the clocks.
Do you feel like we made any progress this episode?
We're in autumn. We have a lot of projects happening.
Yeah, that's true. At one point, we only had one project happening, and
now we have a bunch
we were
of
trying
them.
to grow a tree.
Yeah, and we did that successfully. But now Charismatic Girl is back. I mean, we made some progress. The story is moving along.
Oh my God, the restaurant's about to open.
I know, next week. I'm going to discover something.
Okay.
What I'm going to discover is those clouds and things that showed up when we first started to open the dome.
The red sky in the morning?
Yeah, the red sky. And they dissipated and it was a storm. They have returned. You know what? During the fleeting week, they returned. They have returned. They look worse and they will not go away. It is just a red sky all the time.
Oh, so the sky... It was like that. Remember about 3 years ago, almost 3.5 years ago when we had all those fires?
Yeah, so that's the kind of vibe it's giving, right?
Yeah.
But it's like there are clouds that kind of form and dissipate, but they never descend, and it's just red. And everything is cast in red, and it's pretty eerie. We don't.
Yeah, and you can't smell smoke. You can't see ash.
No.
It's just
no. But what's curious was these clouds, they started appearing almost as soon as the first fruit started to grow off of that tree.
Oh dear.
Kim, do you want to take one more turn? We've been playing for 38 minutes.
Okay, I'll take one more turn.
Because you know what happens this week.
Oh no, what happens? Oh, the restaurant opens.
Yeah.
Okay, but what else? What are we doing?
Harvest is here. Fuck you. Harvest is here in plentiful, added abundance. Or
Ooh.
a cold autumn wind drives out your enemies. Remove a threatening force from the map in the area. Those are both so good.
They're so tempting. I have to say, I'm very tempted. The coal miners freeze to death in their mine.
Okay. Is that what you want to have happen?
Not all of them, but there's a frost, and the coal miners take a significant hit, and they're weakened. I'll say.
I'll say that the ones that weren't out, these guys, they're still around, but there's far fewer of them.
But and the problem is that the strong survived. So like the children and the elderly are dead, and now it's just beefy dudes. Yeah,
who are the long stride and long watch, those two.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But their community took a real hit.
That's a good one. And we'll find out what happens in 2 weeks. Tell me about opening night.
Okay. So Jessica's really excited. She wears her prom dress because there are no stores and it's the only dress that she has. Also, she went to prom in 2000 and she's dressed like, remember that jean outfit that Britney Spears wore to the MTV Music Awards when she was dating?
I do.
She got an exact copy of that. Now, her boyfriend, who dressed as Justin Timberlake, he died of exposure like 6 years ago, but she still has his outfit. And so she dressed up a mannequin to greet people at the front door in the Justin Timberlake full jean outfit, and she wore the full Britney outfit. Of course, now she's 60 pounds heavier and skin hangs in all directions. But she still felt that it was important for the vibe for her to have a dress-up outfit.
No, she's trying to make this a classy.
Yeah, no, it's very important.
Place.
And there actually is a dress code. You have to be wearing clothes. Now, money is not particularly important in this community, but bartering is, and that makes her system of doing business very convoluted and complicated because...
So if in our language, Kim, how expensive is it to eat at the Dog and Bat?
For opening night, it was very expensive. It was going to cost you a rationing of fruit or 3 bottles of water to get a table.
That's a lot. Just to have the table.
The table. Now, if you wanted... Like, the thing is, though, the cocktails are cheap because Jessica ain't no dummy. And she knows that if you have cheap cocktails, people will buy more.
Okay.
And so the cocktails you can get for a price of...
Get them for
just
a song.
Like
literally,
oh, yeah,
you have to
literally.
sing for them.
Yeah, it's a karaoke per cocktail. It's a there's a karaoke bar that's adjacent, and so people are just drunkenly ordering bats and dogs, and surprisingly, or not surprisingly, because they're very drunk, it's not that bad. Smoked dog and smoked bat is actually a pretty edible food.
She was successful with this.
Yeah, it was actually like a really successful, and people really liked it because it kind of boosted morale because they felt like it had normalized their situation where, you know, how long it had been since they went out to a regular restaurant and had like a nice night.
Yeah.
And it is kind of a trek, but it's an event, you know, you don't do it all the time. Everyone laughed at Jessica when she had this idea.
Yeah.
But it's really turned out to be
pretty good.
It's turned out to be pretty good. She's at the end of the night, there's the montage of her glancing around the room at all the people who believed in her, and they're all kind of like smiling and nodding.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't hate it.
Didn't see that coming. I mean, I didn't see that coming.
No. This is pretty great, and I do love that the Dog and Bat is a tremendous success.
It's the Bat and Dog.
Bat and Dog is very successful. It's got to drain our electricity. Mm-hmm. This sounds like it's got karaoke and it's got a lot going on. Also, we could have gotten rid of bats or dogs, and you chose the one group that we were like well on our way to destroying. Okay. So that's great. Let me. Oh, and guess what, Kim? Now you gotta tell me about the mound.
Oh. Okay, so entrance to the mound is actually far more fortified than they had anticipated. They thought it was just like an abandoned hole in the ground and that they would just like go in. It was not. There's somebody in the mound. Like there's some like this is a sealed enclosure that has been sealed for some time to suggest that possibly whatever is in there has been in there since
the fall.
Pre-fall.
Interesting.
And so
do we find a way to open it or anything
they have managed to break the seal of the doors, and they're prying at the doors, but it's an unexpected turn, and it's going to take another week at least.
They gotta explore this place. Just see what's in there.
To see what's in there, and they can't hear anything. But they have a feeling of like how incredibly well sealed it is, that this was done with intention.
Interesting. I'm going to tick down. I don't know if I already ticked these down, but I'll tick them down. Anyway.
I don't think you did. Are you drinking?
No.
Oh, look, it's time for us to decide where to find out where this water's coming from.
No, I ticked that one down.
Oh, damn it.
So we are now, oh, dang it. Now, Kim, you can start a project, discover something, or hold a discussion. I don't think I double skipped, but it's fine. I mean, we're playing a game. It's fine.
Okay. I don't think you did either. So I'm going to discover something.
What are you going to discover?
The area that Joy disappeared from has, people tend to kind of stay away from it. Mm-hmm. But there were some people who were out like checking on the old people, and they were going for a walk, and they were walking home from the dome, and they heard a noise, and so they went and they walked towards the sound, and they found a child at the site of the ruins who was abandoned.
At the archway?
At the archway, they found this child.
Interesting.
And so they've decided they're going to of course they're not going to leave the child out to die of exposure. They're going to take the child in. Somebody abandoned this kid.
That's a very weird discovery.
Yeah, I mean, they were lucky. They just happened to be like taking the long way home, because they really could have gone by the Bat and Dog and had a carrot cocktail or a drinky-okie or whatever.
Got trashed, but instead they decided, let's go fuck around at the ruins.
Yeah, well, they wanted to go the scenic route, which is like whoop,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite a discovery.
So yeah, they found a baby at the ruins.
We have 10 cards left in autumn, and then the thing about winter, Kim, is winter can end the game at any card.
Oh.
There's one card in winter that ends the game immediately. So
I want to open this down a little bit. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that.
Well, hit Control Z.
Well, how do I just undo a little?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. So, Jojo, I did want to ask you something, because it's going to be Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a good relationship with your father,
mm-hmm.
what do you think you would get him for Father's Day?
Probably
What would be something that he would, but like not what you would get necessarily, but what he would like more than anything?
Probably a pack of dad action movies.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You mean like Die Hards or?
Yeah, like the Die Hards, like the Terminators, like the, dad sci-fi, that kind of a deal.
Oh, what about Planet of the Apes? Did he like Planet?
Yeah, box set of Planet of the Apes for sure.
I think you should do that.
Yeah.
I think you should. I'm actually thinking about getting in my dad's like lore of his, like, so my dad has all these like really elaborate stories. And one of the stories that he has is that he went out on a double date with Tim Wakefield, who's a pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. He's a legend. He, I don't know how to describe him to a non-baseball player.
He was very good at the game.
Well, but not only that, but he was really important to the community, and he played for like 20 years. Like he was so old when he retired, and but he went on a double date with Tim Wakefield, and I can get a cameo of Tim Wakefield for $40.
That's very good. That's good prices for cameo.
Yeah, for a like potential Hall of Fame baseball player. Like,
Yeah,
holy shit.
that's great.
So I'm thinking that I might get a cameo of Tim Wakefield acknowledging that he went on a double date with my dad so he could have it on
That would
video.
I'm sure he would appreciate that.
And so I'm thinking that I might do that because I've never done anything for Father's Day for him.
Oh,
like Mike's dad always gets something. My stepfather always gets something. My dad always says the same thing. It's a Hallmark holiday.
But he would appreciate this.
I think
this cameo.
secretly deep down he'd like to have some appreciation. And he had a really hard year last year and he lost both his parents. And
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna do the Tim Wakefield cameo.
That's really nice, Kim. I'm happy about it.
Okay, well I think that you should get your dad a Planet of the Apes box set just to
Okay.
weird him out.
That's a good
Be
plan.
like, he's gonna be like, Joseph, are you dying?
No, I'm not. Or am I?
Or am I?
Thank you for joining us on The Quiet Year. I think next episode might be the last one of us
Oh my gosh.
with Knott's Allentown.
This has been so great, you guys.
The story is getting very fucking wild.
It's ramping up in all sorts of directions. I cannot wait to show Avery our map because I told him that I was going to send it.
I sure hope Avery likes it. I sure hope Avery doesn't look at this and goes, "You ding dongs!
This isn't what I wanted the game to be."
How dare you?"
Yeah. Okay. All right, you guys.
Bye,
Good night.
everyone.